no shed no tears no more. No tears. Say, your body is your temple. Your one and only temple. Your body is your temple. Your one and only temple. You are living in the holy places.
Wow, we're sorry about that. We don't know what happened. Facebook didn't like us having this discussion or something. But, so we'll go ahead and move forward then with the fruit and vegetable juice fast. Again, we do realize that there's many levels, so we're just giving you some general categories. But we found fruit and vegetable juice fast to be good for a lot of people who are just embarking upon juice fasting with the idea of having fruit early in the day and a vegetable juice at either lunch or so-called dinner time. What we found is a lot of people still kind of stay on the same schedule with juice fasting as they do when they're eating. So we'll still speak of it in terms of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now you can just do fruit juice for breakfast time and lunchtime, and definitely dinner time. You would want to have a vegetable juice for most people. But keep in mind, once you've had vegetable juice, don't try to go back to fruit again, because that's something else that we didn't really get a chance to cover yet is food combinations and the body's ability to digest in categories. I won't say one thing at a time, but in categories. So, once you've had your vegetable juice in the evening, then let that be it. Or if you need to make another vegetable juice, you can. Mm-hmm. Some good fruits that we found over the years are pineapples, oranges, of course, apples, basic stuff, grapes. We found that that you can't add things like Mama Lucy said, ginger to certain juices. You can have some combination juices like carrot, apple, and ginger, but that's where you need to do your own research in what fruits and vegetables combine well together. As far as digestibility goes, because even though you're drinking juice, you are still digesting. And if it's not a good combination, even just as a juice, your body will let you know.
That causes gas.
It'll cause gases. It will cause a lot of indigestion, belching.
Gas entrapment inside of it.
So no, mamas out here, we're not saying no fruit and veg juice mixes. And it'll kind of be up to your own research and experimentation. But some of the juice mixtures out there today, I tend to feel, in my humble opinion, are kind of ridiculous. When you got 27 different items in one juice, that's just too much. I mean, a few basic items per juice is all you really need.
Like 3 to 5 as a rule of thumb. For instance, sometimes I blend and sometimes I juice. And when blending, I may put celery, I may put tomato, bell pepper, garlic, also cucumber or something in that. That's a salad in my blending, right? Well, I would not put inside, greetings Mama Devitra, I would not put in that a fruit. I would not do kale and a fruit together. I would not do kale, apples, celery, you know what I'm saying, XYZ. Sometimes we're doing too much.
Yeah.
So I say as a rule of thumb, have 5. Like sometimes even in your salad, we got kind of goofy with the salad bar mentality. And
right.
So we want to put a salad bar in our juice. No, don't throw everything in there. Because if you throw beets in there, it'll knock off all the symmetry. It'll knock off the vegetables' ability to even communicate with one another, to even taste well on your tongue, and to even taste well inside your body. So, a rule of thumb of 3 to 5 vegetables is good.
Right. And understanding, I'm glad you mentioned beets, that there are some things that you have to be a little bit more conscious of than others. And beets is one of them. It can be very powerful as a cleanser as far as the liver goes and everything. I've had So I'm not saying any of this stuff in judgment. A lot of the stuff that I say, I have had my own experience with. Overdoing beet juice back in the day, overdoing some of these things that will cause a kind of extreme reaction. But yeah, you probably want to. It's safer to kind of separate the categories. Yeah, we know mamas out here. But yeah, you definitely don't want to overdo it. Definitely for the morning, I would say definitely don't combine. Just do fruit in the morning. As a
Single fruit.
Yeah, single fruit. Or
I think like if you're doing melons, just do melons together.
yeah.
If you're doing a smoothie or whatever, don't try to include all of the fruits in your cabinet. Just do your
Right.
citrus fruit and your banana. Simple as that.
If you're doing citrus, just stay with citrus. Now, I do combine pineapple and orange. I don't combine pineapple with something that's not a citrus so much. You know what I mean? And these are just general rules. You can experiment based upon your research and your body. But these are just some basic recommendations. Just trying to give you categories and an approach. Because the idea is, once again, is the dishwashing liquid. You want to solve it. You're fasting, I hope, for a reason other than vanity. You really want to facilitate some healing in your body. You want to bring this about. You want to speed up the process of kidney elimination, liver elimination, cleanse the blood so that the heart isn't working so hard.
Clear away the fog, brain fog,
Yeah, brain fog,
uterine congestion,
all of these
and
things.
different things like that, right?
And again, whichever level of cleansing you use, still do colon cleansing.
Definitely.
Still do whatever, if that's a colon cleansing tea, or if it is enemas, colonics.
Exactly.
At that time in particular, because you've loosened some waste that probably's been there for a pretty long time. And you want to make sure that you get it out, because what happens is if you don't get it out, then your body reabsorbs whatever is in the colon. If it doesn't eliminate, it gets like reabsorbed through the walls of the colon and it goes back into the bloodstream again.
Hence the term being full of shit.
Well, there you have it.
I mean, really, like, we have to really look at life as it is. What you are what you eat, and thus, as you absorb from it, its value, its quality, then once you've consumed so much of it and it begins to stick to the walls of your intestines, you begin to reconsume and reabsorb the degraded of quality matter of food that you eat. You begin to reabsorb, for instance, the food that you left on the table 3-4 days ago, the pizza you left on the table 3-4 days ago, which is petrified, you begin to eat it again. You know what I'm saying? This
Right.
is deep. This is deep. What we're talking about and how the body works, this is serious. If you don't know how your body works, how do you you know what I'm saying, construct and continue to evolve. Your body continue to go on, and this is why we're seeing this incidence of people's body breaking down once they pass 45.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once
It's organ deterioration.
right.
And that's why I say whatever level of cleanse you can start off with, and I guess I'll say execute, will be have a goal in mind. On the days that you really want to cleanse your blood, then focus on all of the juices or foods and everything that have a potent blood cleansing. If you want to target the liver, then you want to take in the bitters and target the liver.
Bitter, exactly.
If
if you
the
have heart
kidneys and-
disease and you want heart issues,
Right.
and you're weighty, you need to target those bitter foods, bitter foods,
the garlic
bitter
and things that
herbs.
will help to remove plaque.
bitter herbs, remove plaque. It is pinpoint. That's what I was waiting for, my turn to come in and talk about pinpointing in certain organs and organ systems. When you pinpoint these different organ systems, it's because you know that you have an issue there specifically. Thus, those of us who have issues with our eyes, We need to use a specific type. The brain consumes sweets, so it likes the sweetness of those ripe grapefruits. It likes the sweetness of those ripe, very ripe oranges and citrus fruits. So what it does is that removes the excess waste matter off of the nerves that go to the brain. They also go to the eyes.
Right.
So we also use the herb bilberry in our eye detoxifications. We use eye bright and using those herbs, white willow, ginkgo, and gotu kola, and that in that eye detox, in that brain detox. Then when we're going towards the throat, because we may carry a lot of mucus in the throat or lungs, then we deal with a lot of lung herbs, different lung herbs, and we also deal with the berries and cherries and grapes and things like these. They help. That type of astringent sweets works with our throats. We also want, for the heart and heart herbs, we want to use different herbs. We want to use different, of course, we want that garlic, but that's those bitters. The heart eats bitters, hawthorn. It also eats blessed thistle, creates circulation to the heart. And we also want, so our formulas will include those three, garlic, blessed thistle, and hawthorn. We also want to consume those Granny Smith apples in our juicing. We want to also include lemon for dissolving cholesterol and things like that. You know, when we go into our kidneys and liver, they love yellow and bitters.
Right.
You know, we also, and going back to the heart, it likes chlorophyll. And chlorophyll, when a lot of people drink it, they go, oh, you know, they might get heady or overwhelmed. But we do want to add spinach to our juices for the heart, and that's that green going in, that chlorophyll, that oxygen getting into your heart. And the liver likes yellows, so you want yellows to oranges, so you can also do the citrus fruits for your liver and kidneys. And also re-pH balancing your kidneys, because that's what your kidneys do. They pH balance the entire bloodstream. And they're eliminating the waste that can be acidic or too alkaline. So you want to do those cucumbers. You want to do a lot of cucumbers because they work really well with the endocrine system. They work really well with your pH balancers in your body, with your entire system. So with your endocrine system, your hormones, going into your reproductive system, which also does a lot of berries and things like that too. So you want to use the berries in your teas. Right,
but keep in mind as you cleanse that if you deal with your reproductive system, your especially on like a fast or a juice fast, is to cleanse your reproductive system. Because, you know, sometimes people go into a cleanse and then they're still worried about protein. Mm-hmm. They're still worried about accumulation, whereas this is a process of elimination, of pushing out. You know what I mean? That has to be the main focus during that time. You're going to go back to eating again, you know, but just be sure to be focused on eliminating waste more than anything, rather than because there's some people out there, they're so obsessed with certain ideas that they'll try to go on a fast and still take vitamins and these things. And I'm saying, well then, you should probably just eat. You know, I mean, it might not be time for a cleanse if that's where your focus is, because it is a time of you are taking things in, but you're also very focused on getting things out.
I want to add there is that something that a master teacher said to us, and that is that you don't need anything to be a body. The body doesn't need anything to be a body. The thing is that we're taking in and clothing ourselves too much with all of the foods and nuts and noodles and all of the things and the starches and grains that we consume, and the different foods that we're consuming, even the synthetic foods that we're consuming. I actually just want to plug this and put this in your mind. And the thing is that we are not reaching our highest potential. Like we only use 10% of our brains, because we are smothering our bodies with too much foods, with the foods that are not correct for our bodies, with the foods that don't facilitate our healing.
Right. So you don't want to go into a cleanse with the idea of
How much I'm going to consume.
right how much you're going to consume.
I want to say unlocking our ancient DNA means how much am I going to reach into my DNA? How much am I going to invoke? How much am I going to heal? And so that's why I came up with that. That's why that phrase came to me, elevation through elimination.
Now, I'm very glad you mentioned that, and yes, that is why we called it that. And understand, because of your DNA, that some of the things that you're cleansing are not just from this lifetime.
That's right.
Your whole ancestral, you're cleansing your whole ancestral line.
Yes. Your
On your
bloodline, your entire
matrilineal
bloodline.
and patrilineal
Mhm.
bloodline.
Mhm.
So, that's why I say you have to really kind of take it easy on yourself sometime, because you're the first person in 10,000 years to try to even be a vegan
Yeah.
in your bloodline.
Yeah.
So, you want to be diligent, but you definitely don't want to beat yourself up.
Mhm.
So, that's definitely a very important point. Did anybody have any other questions? Did they want anything specific? Just type it in the chat.
Okay. Well, if you don't have any other questions, please look forward to us doing more of these cleansing and fasting videos in the future, because we will be talking about juicing and juicing recipes, herbs and herbal blends to utilize during your cleansing fast. In addition to that, stay tuned into us, because we will also be giving some free classes on ways to help your children to cleanse, ways of herbal first aid for those children. We also will be going in on crystal healing strategies as well as detoxification. We'll be offering free classes on those. Please continue to stay tuned, in time, and in touch with the Body Temple Institute, because we have more to come. The website is thebodytemple.ning.com. I'm going to post it here in the text chat.
So yeah, definitely come and check. We've got a lot of videos and a lot of articles on the site. We've been keeping the site up for since 2009, so it's 7 going on 8 years now, and there's already a lot of valuable stuff that you can find on there about cleansing and all of this stuff that you can actually read.
And if you are looking for herbal cleansers and detoxifying herbs in order to support you on your cleanse, you can find it also at the second link on the Body Temple web store, which you can also find on the home website.
Also, with something else we're going to start instituting is if you reach out to us on the Body Temple page or something in the inbox. If you're interested in some type of consultation, and also for food prep, if you're in the greater Cincinnati area, that's something else that our dear beloved sister Kristen Bostic I guess this is her last day of her cleanse, and I prepared a lot of the food for her this week, and she was very happy. She posted some stuff up on Facebook about that, but that is something that we'll be offering in the local area as well.
Definitely. Thank you for joining us today. Please look out and be sure and be clear that when we cleanse, we heal our bloodline of ancestors, and it is the highest form of ancestral veneration.
True.
Lighting a candle is one thing, but lighting your shrine and with your aura is the ultimate objective. Elevation through elimination.